Hi, this is Kim Sunshine with the Kim Sunshine Show, and I am super excited, and I know everybody in town is going to be real happy to hear who I have here with me today. This is Greg Newman with Newman's Tree Service. Yes.
Hello.
So, Greg, you guys just moved here.
Yes.
And what type of work do you do?
A tree service, removals, trimming, stump grinding.
Wow.
Storm cleanup.
Wow. So you've been pretty busy.
Yes.
It has been a crazy storm, and we're just so thankful that you guys had a plan to move here before that storm even happened.
Yes, we got here about 3 days right before the storm hit.
Isn't that amazing how God works? He sent help before we even asked for it. Before we even needed it, God sent these guys down here.
Yes, we're just following God's plan.
Exactly. So now you guys are making Palm Coast your home?
Yes.
Wonderful. And what made you choose this area?
We come down here on vacation and stay with some friends, and we just love the area.
It's an amazing area.
Yes.
Now, you guys are from my neck of the woods up in Tennessee. I'm so excited. So I love Tennessee. And the mountains are so amazing. So believe me, these guys have experience with all different types of trees. And palm trees are no problem. He said these have a lot less branches.
Yes.
So let's go back up to Tennessee. How long have you been doing tree service in Tennessee?
All my life. I started out me and my brother was helping my dad when we lived at home.
So what are you, 18 now?
44.
44?
Yeah.
So for 44 years, he's been doing tree service. So, and what's the biggest tree you think, like if we look at the trunk, what's the biggest tree trunk you think you've done?
It was 87 inches wide.
So how big is 87 inches? Like a truck wheel? Like a tire?
Pretty wide, yeah.
Well, if I put air in my tire because of 44, does that mean anything?
I've got a 6-foot bar that we wouldn't reach to. We had to cut around on it. It's
really?
Yes.
So now how tall was that tree?
It was over 100 foot tall.
Over 100 foot tall?
Yes, very old tree.
So you got it down, no incident?
Yes.
Okay, so if he could do a 100-foot tree that's 86 inches round?
Yes.
Wow. Did you
wide.
Get, wide. Did
Not
you get
all
to
the way
keep,
around, just that wide.
Oh, just that wide?
Yes.
So it's even bigger around?
Yes. Yeah, if you went diameter-wise, it'd be.
Wow. So did you get to keep the wood? What'd you do with the wood?
We just hauled it off.
Just hauled it off. And did they make mulch out of it?
Maybe whoever used it, yeah.
Whoever did something with it. So if they can handle a big tree like that, they can certainly handle every tree that's in Palm Coast. I don't think we have one that big anywhere. Even Washington Oaks, I don't even think we have one that big. Have y'all been over there yet to Washington Oaks?
Not yet.
Okay, so listen, don't cut them down.
Okay, yeah,
We're trying to keep our oak trees.
Yes.
So one thing about it is we have a ton of palm trees, but we've got some oaks, and everybody, for whatever, like we love the oaks, and then they're the ones that get the moss on there. So do you have any insight or information about that moss for anyone that's new to the area?
We're still learning.
Oh, you're learning about the moss.
Yes.
Okay, so when I came from Tennessee, now in Tennessee, all the girls are crafty. Like every woman wants to be a Proverbs 31 woman, so we learned how to do all kinds of things. And the cool thing about it is we would buy Spanish moss, and I'm like, it just grows on the trees down here in Florida.
Yeah.
But you can't just pick it off the trees. There's a certain process that you have to take to clean it because there's mites that live on that moss. So just be very careful and look up all the information on what to do with it. But it is the very same moss that we buy from the store at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
All right. So Greg, now I know that your faith is very, very strong.
Yes.
And so you said that God told you to move down here and you're following the Lord. Now I've had some people asking me, how do you know it's God? And what does it sound like when God talks to you? So if you were going to tell someone who's never heard anything from God or is not sure about that, if you could tell them how God speaks to you.
You can just, you can feel it in your heart and you know that it's right. It just, everything adds up and there's no question about it. It's just straightforward. It's, God lays stuff out in just black and white. There's no guessing to it or nothing.
Exactly. I love it. And, I felt like when I came down here to Florida, I said there's only one thing that could take me from those beautiful mountains in Tennessee, and that was that beautiful beach. And now that I'm here, this is my home, and I'm digging my roots, and I'm so happy to see you guys coming here to make it your home.
Thank you.
I think you're going to fit right in.
Yes.
And let me know when you find a KJV only church.
Okay, I will.
In the meantime, no one gets mad for using King James Version.
Yeah.
My friend Sarah up in Tennessee, you know what she said to me? She said, I was raised Catholic, so I didn't know anything about God. And when I was raised Catholic, like we didn't talk to God. We went to talk to a priest who then would talk to God on our behalf. So we didn't have that direct relationship. So when I heard people start to say, I talk to God and God said, I'm like, really? You know the big guy? Okay. I want to know, how are you doing this? So, so it was just like a big, huge awakening to me. But my girlfriend, Sarah, said, I love, okay. So she said in a Southern accent, and I'm going to do my best to repeat it. She said, I love my King James version of the Bible. And I said, well, why? Why do you love that version of the Bible? And she said, well, when God speaks to me, he speaks to me in King James.
Yeah.
And I think she said like James, like she drug it out and just made it so beautiful. So ever since then, I have been drawn more to the King James version of the Bible. So I just like it, but they're all very good. And if you're reading any Bible, I say that's better than no Bible, but it's a lot of fun to look at the different translations.
Yes.
So have you always been KJV only?
Yes. Okay.
And why is that? If you want to give a little insight for that.
I've read some of the other Bibles, and some of them have omitted Scripture versus the King James. So what I believe in my faith is the strongest one's the King James.
So there is that one scripture in Matthew, and I think it is at 4:31, 6:31 that says, "Howbeit, but these only come out, but by prayer and fasting." It's not in the other versions of the Bible.
Yeah.
And I think it's Matthew 6 at the end of Matthew 6. It's the very last scripture in Matthew. I think it's either 4 or 6. But that like freaked me out when I saw that it was not in other versions of the Bible. And I think that's pretty much what made me a KJV kind of girl. But I look at the other ones.
Yeah.
I like the Amplified too. Like the Amplified will put 401 ways to say, pray more.
Yes.
Pray more, extend your faith, lift your voice to the Lord. And they'll put it in all these different ways of saying the exact same thing. And Joyce Meyer really likes the Amplified version too. But that's awesome. So how long have you guys been here now?
About a month.
About a month. And you are open for business?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I appreciate that you came here to Cornerstone and we got to help you. You're picking up your business cards today, which are amazing. And we look forward to your business continuing to grow. So if you'll tell everybody your phone number. Do you know the part? You don't. You probably don't know the 386 number.
No, I don't know the business number yet.
Well, we're going to put it down here in the comments. So that if you need any tree service, you just contact Greg Newman with Newman's Tree Service. And then how many people do you have working with you? Because I know you brought your whole family down. Like you brought 3 generations.
Usually 3 to 4.
You have 3 to 4 people working with you.
Yes.
And that's all your family members and everybody's on staff. And they all have this wonderful experience.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you so much, Greg. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you, Kim.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the people of Palm Coast?
We're just ready here to help and serve y'all. We're glad to be here.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Thank you. You did a great job interviewing today.
Thank you.